Hello YouTube, and thank you for taking the time to watch my video. My video I'm doing today is just a basic cleaning of my Lactrodectus hesperus, also known as the Black Widow. Now the first and most important thing when you're cleaning the cage is to actually remove the spider from the cage. And the best way that I've found to do that is just to utilize my pair of tweezers that I've got here. I utilize these to feed my Theraphosid spiders as well. I'll go ahead and get you a shot of the hourglass on her ventris. This is one of 3 females that I've acquired from the first Black Widow that I had. She had a brood of about 60 to 70 spiders. These are the 3 surviving females. Now YouTube, I wanted to show you something interesting. The Black Widow spider is actually notorious for their extremely strong tensile strength in their web. What I'm going to do now is just drop a pen in there. It's an average pen, but I want you to see how strong the web is. You can actually hold that pen up, whereas most spiders' webs would actually break because the tensile strength on most true spiders isn't actually that strong. So let's go ahead and remove the spider. Of course, it's going to be a little difficult because I'm making a video. It's just my luck. And there we go. Now, as you can see, the Lactrodectus hesperus is actually an extremely clumsy spider. They spend most of their time hanging upside down on their webs. I'm just going to put a temporary lid over that while we're cleaning the cage. Now these sticks that I've got in here are actually just the ends of some firecrackers that I had left over from the 4th of July a couple years ago. I like utilizing these because they're pliable, they're resistant to moisture, and you don't have to cut them to exact shape and size to fit in between the crevices in the cage. So with my Lactrodectus hesperus, when I'm cleaning their web out, the easiest way that I've found to do it is just to do a circular motion, and the web pretty much just all comes out at the same time, which is nice because you don't have to pinch out every piece of it. Unfortunately, it's been a while since I've cleaned the cage, so there is a minute mold problem going on down in the bottom. But it's nothing that really affects the spider too bad, as she spends most of her time on the top of the cage. Go ahead and throw that out. Now, when keeping Black Widows, it's really not necessary to have the substrate on the bottom of their cage, as they never spend any time down there. The only reason I do it is once I spray their cage, it actually helps retain the moisture inside their cage. So it's just a little beneficial for me, as I don't always like opening these up and spraying them down every day. So this time I'm actually going to leave a little less substrate in there. Get all the webbing off of their sticks there so she doesn't get stuck in it. And place them all back in. And it's about as simple as that. I'll just go ahead and dump her back down in the bottom. Strangely enough, all three of my Lectrodectus hesperus spend a majority of their time in these three corners. I can't tell you why they all choose to spend time in the same corners, but that's where they all hang out. These lids were actually custom built lids that I made myself for this specific purpose. They fit in there nice and tight. It's made out of plexiglass. Put a few holes in there for ventilation. Obviously, all spiders breathe, so they need air. And before I sign off for this video, I'd just like to show you what my next video will be about. This female has actually produced quite a few eggs. I'll go ahead and try and get a best shot as I can of those. These are they're white. They look relatively similar to cotton balls almost. An interesting fact about the female black widow is that she can actually store the sperm of a male widow for up to a year. Once she finds a constant food source and water source, she'll actually go ahead and lay the eggs. This specific female has laid approximately 8 eggs so far. Not all of them are fertile. She'll continue to lay eggs even after she's utilized all the sperm that the male that I put in there gave to her. They're pretty fun to breed and just watch grow. They have a really bad reputation, and I'd really honestly like to stop that because they are beautiful and interesting creatures. Well, YouTube, thanks for your time, and I'll see you later.